Hi there, Malcolm here with my 216th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing my review of Predator Stalking Shadows by James A. Moore and Mark Morris. Claims to be the action-packed prequel to the Hunting Grounds video game, which I've never heard of. I did a bit of research and it looks like it's not great, and also nothing that really needed a prequel for. So I'll start with the critique first in terms of, as a tie-in novel to a rather generic game, this was completely unnecessary. But on the flip side, as a rather weak tie-in game to a pretty solid novel, I would say that the game that this is a tie-in of seems to be the less relevant of the two. Yeah, this was really good. I've had quite a few Predator stories, short stories. I've seen most of the films. I'm yet to see The Predator, and from what I've heard, it's not really worth it. And so there's only so many times you can have the silent, invisible hunter chopping people's heads off and collecting their spines. So, was this book different? Well, yes and no, but both in a good way. This book literally follows on straight from the ending of Predator 2. I really enjoyed Predator 2. I thought it was a nice change of pace from the original Predator. Was it as good? That is arguable, but I would say yes, but in a different way. No, I do like them both very much. But like I say, it takes place straight after the end of Predator 2, which sees Agent Garber, Adam Baldwin's character from Predator 2, comes to secure the crater where the Predator ship left. And it's there that we meet Marine Scott Devlin, who has also been detailed to secure the area. Of course, he's no idea what's going on at all. He thinks it's terrorists or some such thing. But he starts upon a site where the Predator's severed arm is being collected by a mysterious muscle-bound man who answers to the name Dutch. And we've effectively followed Devlin's career as he goes on various counter-terrorist missions, where sometimes he arrives to find everyone butchered and hanging from the rafters. And shortly afterwards, a whole bunch of men in black arseholes turn up and secure the scene and tell him to piss off. Sometimes Dutch gets there first, sometimes not. But we follow him and his squad as they go to each other's weddings, which almost cements the fact that certain characters are going to die. Nothing means someone's going to die more than going to their wedding. But it means that when they do, they're not just some faceless, nameless wonder who's just now guts and gore across the screen. He's somebody that we actually know and care about and knows that not just, oh, he's got a wife and kid at home. We know who the wife and kid are. So there's a lot more emotional weight behind the characters in here, which I think, it doesn't belabor the point, but I think it does a really good job of getting you to care about these characters, rather than just giving you the generic cannon fodder that you normally get in these sort of stories. And of course, he's a smart guy. He knows that what he's seeing isn't normal. He's not going to jump to crazy conclusions, but he's compiling a scrapbook that goes missing. He starts putting two and two together until finally he is in on the big secret. His squad follows suit, and they end up going up against Predator incursions. And this is really more of a Cold War between two major factions of Dutch's team, who are a little bit more above board, and some covert black ops circles within circles group, who are trying to acquire various Predator technology for interested third parties. While at the same time, the Predators are just happy slicing and dicing, as is their wont, and let the silly humans get up with their shenanigans regardless. Now, one goes into reading a Predator book or anything of this sort with a certain level of expectancy. This isn't Shakespeare, this isn't Charles Dickens, this will never be mistaken for literature. But I was really impressed and surprised by the depth of the character development, of the human elements surrounding things like corporate greed, governments that think they can do what they want without any repercussions, if only, and some pretty exciting action sequences. This is a bit of a slow burn. It takes a little while to actually get into some decent Predator action. Like I say, they normally turn up and the slaughter has already taken place, and then you find the aftermath of it, rather than just the same old, same old. And going back to when I said this is the same but different, we go to a jungle. There is very much reflections of the original Predator film. We're in cities, in reflections of the second Predator film. There's also elements of the film Predators. I won't give you any more spoiler than that, as well as giving us something new. So if you have not read any Predator books before, I would strongly recommend this one. Don't get put off by the fact this is apparently a prequel to a video game. That aspect is completely irrelevant. And like I say, having researched the video game, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with it whatsoever. But yeah, this was booktastic. And it's quite interesting, having read quite a lot of Predator and Alien books now, I have found that the Predator ones do generally have greater depth and aren't afraid to develop their characters further, whereas with the Alien books, not so much. There are exceptions, of course. Have you read any of the Predator books? Have you read any of the Alien books? Which ones do you prefer? Or do you just avoid the whole thing? All's valid, all's cool. By all means, comment down below, please. But as usual, if you have nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. And until next time, see you later.